interesting event, and it was first announced in the year 2000 under the title "The Search for Meaning in the New Millennium." And I would say that for quite long I've been involved in the studies of meaning since my student years, since 1980s. We in Russia have a rather strong original tradition of approach to investigating the issue of meaning, but when I was trying to talk about this in a traditional arena, no one wanted to listen about this in 1980s, 1990s, because meaning did not belong to the thesaurus of psychology. And the situation began to change around the millennium year, and the conference in Vancouver of the year 2000, the Search for Meaning in the New Millennium, was an extremely important event. The organizer of this conference, as well as all the other conferences now,
the personality and motivation of Moscow. And we will hear more about him as he begins his conversation with us. So I'm going to turn things over to you, Dmitry, and we'll all listen and wrap the caption.
Thank you so much. Let me come here to the control. I'm really happy to be here because first time I was at Saybrook, it was 1993, my first visit to the United States at all, and before this I met Stanley and Kirk, who visited Russia with the groups of Association for Humanistic Psychology, who visited Russian psychology, and humanistic psychology has always, especially existential psychology, has always been one of my main focuses of interest in that time and now also. So I was really very happy when Stanley invited me to come here as long ago as in 1993, and I spent a month here. Took part in some events, and even took part in a workshop given with Stanley together for Saybrook graduates. And that's why it's being here again 25 years after that. It's a very special experience for me. It's a very special event. So I'm really happy to have this opportunity to present here, and thanks to Tatiana and to Stanley for making it possible. I've been a university teacher throughout all my career, and now mostly teach at Higher School of Economics in Moscow, but also at Moscow State University. And this laboratory, Stanley mentioned, was created just with a group of my quite gifted and talented former students, and we are doing interesting things. Positive psychology is not an approach, it's an agenda, it's a new agenda, and within this agenda quite a number of different approaches are possible, beginning from quite straightforward ones and up to very complicated, philosophically grounded and existentially oriented ones. Everything is possible within this agenda, and so I found this field as a quite convenient and promising field to apply and to develop my own ideas, and my own ideas I am developing them on the verge of, on the crossroad of different traditions, including Russian cultural historical tradition that goes from Lev Vygotsky, if you know this name, well, existentialist tradition, positive psychology agenda, and general scientific views and models of self-regulation and self-organization that go from cybernetics of 1940s, 1950s up to present day views on self-organization and the evolution of complex systems. Well, all this is quite relevant for the emerging psychology of our days. And so when we were discussing with my colleagues what to present here, I'm working in quite a number of different fields. Well, meaning probably was my main focus for many decades, and one of the talks today will be devoted to the issue of meaning. And my colleagues also found that the issue of loneliness is an important one to talk about, and I will present some of the development, both theoretical and empirical developments regarding the different aspects of the issue of being alone, you know.